Now we're going to cover Route 3, Tallaght. So we're going to exit the car park of Gear 1. So indicate to the right, show you're going out here. Cancel it. Then mirrors and signal to the right, show you're going right. And we cannot see without a hedge, so you need to creep forward very carefully. This is safe, out onto the Broomhead Road. We're going down to Greenheads Road and we're going to go to our left. So we're going to drive down to the T-junction and go left. And you're in a 50 zone here. So going left here, centre and left mirror and left indicator. Braking slightly here, bring your speed down, pop the car up to gear 2, up for the clutch fully, drive up to the stop line. Right, fade it, there is a stop line. So when you stop, gear 1, off you go when it's safe, look into your direction of travel. Drive up to the second set of traffic lights. We're going to go to our right to pass some time on the road. So centre and right mirror and right indicator here. Slowing down. Gear 2. Going up the clutch all the way. Handbrake. And gear 1. Now you're watching the car ahead and watching the traffic lights and being aware of your surroundings. Take a look over at the road you're going to enter as well. There's quite a bit of activity around. Take the next road to the right, again centre and right mirror indicating to the right. Check my right blind spot before I enter the road. Right. And then bring in your car. Again, you can see clearly that you're in a 30k zone. So we're taking the next left turn. So centre and left mirror and indicating to the left. This is going to take us into Tallaght Avenue. Now the road goes off sharply to the right here. So I'm going to come to gear 2. There is a car quite close to a sharp turn here, so try and get a look up then, see it's safe. I'm going to pull over on the left hand side here, so centre and left mirror and signal left. We'll do a hill start here. You're not always asked to put in to do a hill start. You might have done a number of hills throughout your driving test, so you may have proved you're able to do it pretty well then. So sometimes you are. So to move away then, selecting gear 1, make sure you check all around that it's safe, check all your mirrors, check your right blind spot and indicate, and if it's safe, move away. When you go out onto the road then, you should look in your middle mirror and move on up through the gears. High ramps there. Gear 3. So look in your centre and right mirror to ease out from the parked car. When you pass it, look in your centre and left mirror to come back to your side. We're going left to the next junction. So centre and left mirror indicating left. Take us on to Tallaght Road. on to the next T junction and go to our right. So centre and right mirror and right indicator. High ramp. So you're on Timon North Road here. And give way to traffic. So the car coming from our left hand side. Join into a house there, that's fine. Then we go out we go. And then go up and down the gears as appropriate for the ramps. So again, they're quite high, some of them, so they're gear 2. Car parked on the left up here, so on approach be seen to look in your centre and right mirror. Give a door without from the car. Be seen to look in your centre and left mirror to come back to your side afterwards, and again the ramp is high. Now you could be asked to do a reverse around the corner at any of the junctions on the left hand side on the way down here, or anywhere where it's safe, legal and convenient. We're just going to drive up past the junction here and put on the left hand side, and we'll do a reverse around the corner here to the left. So make sure when you're putting in that you check all your mirrors and signal, check your blind spot as well. So into reverse gear, have a full look around, moving slowly, and keeping the car under effective control, giving way if somebody comes along. Keep reversing until the examiner asks you to stop, and to give way if another road user comes along. Stop here. Okay, so after that you're going to be asked to move away, so make sure you check your mirrors, your blind spot, signalling, and go if it's safe. And at the next junction we're going left. Checking your mirrors here to keep out from these parked vehicles. You pass the last one, then look in your mirrors to come back to your side. Centre and left mirror to ease back, in other words. Again, mirror check to keep out from this car. Mirror check to move back. So again, going right here, so centre and right mirror and right indicator. Up the car to gear 2. Look into the road before you enter it. And we're going to do a turnabout on the road in here. I'm going to pull over on the left hand side after this ramp. So I'm going to check all my mirrors, signal, and check my left blind spot. Okay, for the turnabout, again, must be done under effective control. Take a good all-round observation before you move. Okay, 360-degree look around. Signal to the right. Check your right blind spot. If it's safe, move away. Steering promptly to the right and using up the available road space. Use your handbrake if necessary. Before you start reversing, look over your right and left shoulder. Full look around. Your main focus, look out your back window. That's your direction of travel. But take good all-round observation in conjunction with that. So as you're nearing the far side, just look over your right shoulder and see where the curb is. Get up close to it, don't bump it. For moving away from the last part, make sure you look to the left, that's the observation everyone forgets. Then look to your direction of travel. You may be asked to pull over and do your hand signals after that. If you are, don't forget to do the checks to move in. Don't forget to do all your checks to move away. So we're going right at the next junction. So centre and right mirror and right indicator. No signage here, we'll move up slowly. Slip the car to gear 1. You can see it's safe to go out. We're going right at the next junction. So the next road you're going to be entering at 50k. So mirrors and signal to the right here. And up to the line and come to a complete stop. So that's it, then out you go. Now it's a good gap between the ramps. Just go up the gears. Look at the ramp, decide on the gear you use. This one looks quite high, so I'm going to go to gear 2 for the ramp. So you have to be able to show that you can determine whether the ramp is high or low and choose the appropriate gear then to cross. Next ramp again, I'm popping to gear 2 for it. Down, choose correct gear. Gear 3 was appropriate for that one. Braking again, look at the ramp. Gear 3 will be okay here. And at the traffic lights we're going to go to our left. So centre and left mirror, left indicator. There's a continuous line there for the cycle track, so just keep along the line, don't enter it. Cyclists may want to go up and go left as well. Very important to check your mirrors in your left blind spot. Quick glance to the right, look into the road you're entering. Can't stress enough how important it is to be mindful of cyclists coming up on your left. At the next roundabout, we're going to take the third exit, which takes us back up the road we're coming down. So centre and right mirror and signalling right and approach. The crossing here is zebra crossing and a ramp, would be in gear 2 and approach. If your signal cancels out of the steering, make sure you put it on again. To exit off the roundabout, centre and left mirror signalling left, checking your left blind spot. Watch the crossing again to make sure there's nobody going to step out. We're taking the next road to the left, so centre and left mirror indicating left, and checking your left blind spot before you enter the road you're entering. So you're going into Glenview Park. We're taking the next road to the right. So centre and right mirror and right indicator, look into the road you're entering, turn into your part of the road. You could be asked to reverse around the corner or turnabout in any of these estates. Remember, caution in all these residential areas. Children can run across the road to the shops. I'm going to look at my centre and right mirror, tease out for the cars that are parked. I want to keep a door without. At the next T-junction I'm going to go to my right. So centre and right mirror and right indicator. Gear 2. Just as I'm approaching here, I'd slip the car up to gear 1. Sure I can get a good view each way. There's a couple crossing the road here, so we'll go slow and give them loads of time. We're going left to the next junction. There's a stop sign and a stop line, so centre and left mirror indicating to the left. And move on out when it's safe. Stop line is quite a bit back from the mouth of the junction there, so if you stop fully at the line, then you may need to creep up a little bit to increase your view. You must stop fully at the line first. drive up to the next traffic lights, and we're going to go right onto the Green Hills Road. So centre and right mirror on approach, indicating to the right. Now it's very important to watch the lanes here. There's little bollards there to make sure you don't into the lane too late or too early, because it was causing problems there. So that has helped for guidance. Now I've checked my mirrors and I've signalled here to show I'm going to change lane up here. But before I go to the lane, I'm going to check my mirrors again. Okay, and I'm going to check my blind spot just there before I enter the lane. Like sometimes people are of the thought that checking your mirrors once is enough. You need to, depending on the length of time, you may need to check several times. Okay, so direction arrow saying you can proceed to the right. And what a green light does, it gives you permission to move forward with the car to your direction. So you're on 50k zone here in the Green Hills Road. We're going to go up to the traffic lights and we're going to go to our left. So again, centre and left for our left indicator. Okay, before you move away, have a look in all your mirrors there, just so you're aware of your surroundings. Before I get into the junction, I'm checking my mirrors again and my left blind spot. I'm going to look into the road I'm entering to make sure nobody's crossing just here at this point here. That can happen, so you need to watch for it. So we're in a 50k zone again here, same as the last road. We're taking the next road to the right, so centre and right mirror and right indicator. And you can see it says keep clear on the road here. So you turn in if there's no obstruction and it's safe, but you do not stop in the middle of that. Right, so centre and right mirror and right indicator takes into the test centre. I'm coming down to gear 2 about here. See a vehicle coming up at the distance, so I'll pace myself here. Lift the car up to gear 1 and drive in gear 1. Look into the entrance, then indicate left that you're going to turn over to the left. And just drive into a space. So that concludes that route. So there's a sample of routes that you may be asked to do on the day. There is other alternative routes you could be asked to do. If you know those well, you'll have it pretty much in hand. place myself here. So lift the car up to gear 1 and drive in gear 1. Look into the entrance, then indicate left that you're going to turn over to the left, and just drive into a space. So that concludes that route. So there's a sample of routes that you may be asked to do on the day. There is other alternative routes that you could be asked to do. If you know those well, you'll have it pretty much in hand.